Good afternoon, I'm Nadia Butler, and you are watching MediaPlex Live at 1. While the world grapples with the spread of the coronavirus, 27 cases of COVID-19 have now been confirmed by Health Canada, including 18 in Ontario. While the virus has not made its way to Windsor yet, 12 people have undergone testing, and all tests came back negative. Concerned about public safety, Windsor's mayor called a meeting Friday with emergency and health personnel to ensure the city is prepared for the inevitable arrival of the virus.
What I want the public to know, and what Mayor McDonald and Mayor Bondi and other mayors want, is our entire region to know that there is good collaboration, communication, and cooperation amongst all the partners in our community as it relates to this particular virus.
Winology Restaurant is dealing with another fire, the second blaze for the local chain in as many weeks. The latest fire broke out at Winology's restaurant's Tecumseh location this morning around 4:30. Bob Hamilton is the fire prevention officer with Tecumseh Fire.
So the fire crews got a call at 4:30 in the morning, roughly. It took about 30 minutes for everything to get extinguished and put out. We estimate the damage around $50,000.
This comes 2 weeks after an accidental fire destroyed Winology's Walkerville location, causing $700,000 in damage. The municipality of Chatham-Kent has declared a state of emergency because of serious concerns with the stability of the Erie Shore Drive dike. The declaration urges residents who live in the 17,000 and 18,000 blocks of Erie Shore Drive to leave their homes effective March 9th, an evacuation that includes more than 80 households. A vote at tonight's council meeting is proposing a 6 to 8 week fix of the dike, followed by a long-term plan that could take the rest of the year to complete. The estimated cost of the repairs is $450,000. They say the greatest gift in life is one's time and attention. But for one local magician, it's the gift of magic that has the biggest impact. Bird Bouchard explains.
In the blink of an eye, your life could change forever. But there's one local man who makes trips to the hospital a little more magical. Ron Goodell loves volunteering with more than 40 local health organizations. Goodell has helped put smiles on more than 10,000 children's faces. But he says it's the kids who are truly magical.
I truly feel like I'm the luckiest guy on the planet. I absolutely love doing what I do. And again, I get to make people happy.
As part of Rare Disease Day, Goodell continued to give the gift of magic to the community. He performed tricks throughout the night, bringing smiles to people of all ages. Jody Kuma-Ravelu and Justina Timer are both rare disease activists. They voiced their gratitude for Goodell performing tricks for their children.
He is amazing, and he makes you smile every time, and I couldn't ask for anything more.
It's the second anniversary of my son's passing. He was 21. It brought me hope. I started believing the system. I started believing the humanity. I knew that I can go on.
But Beech Grove isn't the only magic show that Ron does on a consistent basis. Every Monday, he also does what he likes to call Magic Monday.
Jen Burton-Liang is a child life specialist at Windsor Regional Hospital who thinks laughter is the best form of medicine.
I mean, nothing can top having your own magician, right?
Goodell hopes to continue to have a lasting impact on the community and doesn't see an end to his magic or volunteering.
I can't explain in words what Ron has done for this community.
An illusion. If magic were real, it looks more like this.
For MediaPlex News, I'm Bird Bouchard.
Social media isn't just a way to keep up with friends. It's also a tool more and more businesses are using to reach their customers. Sierra Ross joins us live in the studio to explain.
Thanks, Nadia. From a basement business to being one of the most successful vintage and resale storefronts in Windsor, the boys behind Low End Vintage Shop are the poster children for the use of social media as a launchpad for small businesses. 2 years ago, a pair of former engineering students started selling their old clothes on Instagram, successfully using the platform to grow their business from online to a storefront on Polisher Street in downtown Windsor. Now, it's their full-time job.
I was really focused on school, but as this started growing, I kind of shifted focuses, and it was a little hard to really balance both. So I ended up going to St. Clair for pre-health because I wanted to be a nurse, thought it would work out like that, but this kind of kept taking off and I just kind of committed to this. So,
using only Instagram and keeping clothes in their basement, their followers grew steadily to more than 7,000 people. Despite having no experience on how to run a business, they were able to transition from an online store to having a successful storefront in a prime Windsor location.
It was just like to a point where like it was too much to sometimes put on Instagram. Like we would do like 30 to 50 posts a day. So then, you know, like I said, at one of the pop-ups, a bunch of people were like, yo, why don't you just open a store with all the inventory you have? So we ended up doing that on Sandwich.
Even though they now have a storefront, Instagram is still a huge part of their marketing and connection to customers. Success stories like Low End are inspiring other local businesses to focus on social media. Places like Coffee Exchange in downtown Windsor are now hiring someone specifically for social media marketing in hopes of tapping into a new customer base. Back to you, Nadia.
Thanks, Sierra. Windsor Public Library has modified its code of conduct after a recent shift into a new downtown building. The library will no longer allow more than 3 personal belongings for each patron at the library. Vaping and use of communication devices that might disrupt others are also banned. These rules are in addition to the existing code of conduct that also do not allow sleeping in the building or offensive odors. But some drowsy readers are regulars in the library.
Right now, they let us sleep a little bit.
We have 2 fundamental rules. One is you can't do anything illegal in the library, and the second is don't bother the other guy.
The stage of Polar Plunge has been moved to downtown Windsor this year, which has undoubtedly attracted more people to take part in this significant challenge. Felicia Guo reports.
When it comes to the craziest challenges, nothing sounds more incredible than jumping into icy water in winter. But every year, many warriors gather to do this crazy thing, not only to challenge themselves, but also to make this winter warmer.
Choking!
This is the 6th year that Windsor and Essex County law enforcement agencies and Sinclair College have teamed up to host the Polar Plunge at Windsor, Essex. About 240 participants faced the Shivering Challenge on Friday night. It's all about helping raise money for the Special Olympics Ontario.
It was just overwhelming, the support from the community, which we get every year from Windsor, and it was just a wonderful turnout and a wonderful event.
Billy Grip may have been a diver this year, but he's also one of the athletes the funds are going to support.
I'll be going to provincials this year, which will be held in Waterloo. Hopefully going to nationals as well, so that will be something I'll be looking forward to as well.
Amazingly, they raised a total of $60,000 this year, well above their original target of $50,000. The Windsor Essex Polar Plunge has raised more than $200,000 locally for the Special Olympics Ontario since 2015. For MediaPlex News, I'm Felicia Guo.
Before dialogue was ever incorporated into movies, music played a huge part in visual storytelling.
I whistle. I'll give it to him hard and heavy. Go right ahead.
Goodbye. Synchronized dialogue brought us the quality of films we know today with the release of Warner Brothers' The Jazz Singer in 1927. So, if music is such a huge part of movie making, why has it been so hard lately for companies to transform a believable musical from stage to screen? Sometimes the stars have to align between the right project and the right production company. In the Heights is Warner Brothers' latest endeavor to bring a Broadway musical to life on the silver screen. A Tony Award-winning score, contemporary subject matter, and characters that make you feel in all the right places, In the Heights is about protecting Latin heritage in the Hispanic American neighborhood of Washington Heights, New York City. This fast-paced musical is the brainchild of Broadway's sold-out blockbuster, Hamilton. Lin-Manuel Miranda and Chiara Allegria Hudes have created a timeless piece of theater that seems to translate well between stage and screen. Although this is a far stretch from Warner Brothers' more traditional musicals like The Wizard of Oz and Singin' in the Rain, they just may have a hit on their hands this summer.
We came to work and to live, and we got a lot in common. DRPR, we are not stopping. Every day, 6 days until the day we go from poverty to stock options. Today's all we got, so we cannot stop. This is our block in the Heights.
Now turning to weather with some early glimpses of spring. Today we can expect periods of rain and drizzle with a high of 9 degrees. Tomorrow will be all sunny with a high of 8 degrees, and Wednesday will have a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 7 degrees. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Nadia Butler, and you've been watching MediaPlex Live at 1.